episode, LVYC Life Pivot. Stay tuned. I'm here with the great.
The original.
You want to tell them a little about yourself?
Yeah.
What you got going on and all the fly things you're doing?
I'd love to. So it is Sunnie the Original here at Sunnie the Original on Instagram and all social media platforms. I am a self-taught jeweler who specializes in gold teeth. I have a background in dental assisting, so I've been a dental assistant for the past 10 years, graduated in 2014.
Nice.
And I've had my own shop for the last, I guess it's been like 6 years, but my own location for the last 4.
Gotcha. So did you, what would you say, how would you say you started and what inspired you like to get into this and what were you into before this? Did you have to pivot through anything to get into this or you just like, that's just your thing?
So yeah, I mean for me, I pretty much got into it because I was thrown into being a dental assistant. I kind of actually went through this great program that I love to tell people about. It's called Job Corps.
Nice. I heard of Job Corps. That they have a Job Corps in Florida.
Yeah, they got Job Corps everywhere in every state. I love to tell people about it because I went to Job Corps to get my dental assistant credentials, and instead of me paying for school to be a dental assistant, they basically paid me to go to school.
Oh, that's dope.
It's not a lot of money.
I didn't know they had those type of incentives.
It's a government-funded program, and the requirements are you have to be from a low-income family. So if your family does make
to
too
meet
much
the credentials.
money, yes, and so they accept from ages of, I think it's 17. I'm pretty sure it's 17 to 24. So if you're in that age, then you could apply for a Job Corps if you come from a low-income family, and don't tell them you ever had a job before. That's the secret.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
So they basically teach and train you. It's a government funded program. They teach and train you how to be in the workforce and how to have a job.
Hands-on, dealing with people.
You can either live on campus or you can live off campus if you live within a radius of a Job Corps. But I was looking for an escape from my little town, so I went to go live on campus.
Nice. And where were you from originally?
I am first generation Californian. My family is from New Orleans, Mississippi, but I'm born here. So they came out here when my parent was like 15, 16, but I'm like Irish Creole.
I was going to say that. New Orleans is like a water place it's a lot of history there. I got a lot of family there.
It's very soulful.
Brian Williams, and I'm a Williams. So like, if you know your history, I'm going to put you on game.
Okay.
You know, the mixed looking people.
The mulattoes?
Yes.
Okay.
It's pirates.
You don't say that
yes,
anymore,
I'm
but
Jamaican and like,
okay.
it was a lot of bartering and trading in the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
So like a lot of people that I've met are like Williams or certain people with certain last names that's coming from like water places.
Yeah, I have one of those last names.
Yeah, like Pharrell is from Virginia Beach by the water. He's a Williams. Mm-hmm. All these like iconic people, Venus Williams sisters, they're from water places. So it's crazy when you really do the homework to see your lineage and like what's behind you because you got your look from things being blended.
For real.
So there's a lot of history there and it's inspiring to see like, where your bloodline takes you to be into the things that you're into. Because you could have just went a path of like just doing regular dentistry and staying in the office and just doing the norm.
Right.
Obviously, you dress fly, you got a pop-in look, that you're into other things, so naturally, you're not going to want to do them.
Exactly.
And that's something in you that, without
it's in
knowing you so good. Yeah, it's in you. So that's
exactly.
what I'm learning, and I think it's very important, so that's kind of why I started this podcast, because I feel like people need to know these things. I'm an informative person, I know a lot, but I want to like get it out to the world and learn stuff about other people that makes them them. So when I see somebody fly, I'm into fashion. I grew up in New York and Miami. I could read how much money somebody got in their bank account.
Right. Okay.
Just off seeing how they put themselves together, what they into.
How people present themselves.
Yes.
That's what I like to say. It does matter, and I'm very interested in how you present yourself to others.
Yep. So that's huge, and I feel like it's dope that you're able to put that fly into what you're doing. I think that's very powerful. This business, I remember being in Miami, seeing everybody with a mouth full of goals.
Right.
how it done unfolded from like, you know, corporate people are into it now. They want to edge, you know. So I think that's very.
They're everywhere.
Yes,
sure.
yes.
And even like tooth gyms are everywhere.
I think it's a very cool, innovative thing. So when Mike was telling me about, you know, him working with you, what you guys are doing, I was like, man, I want to get on it ASAP just because it's onto a wave of something cool. You're in LA, downtown, got a beautiful showroom. This is the future, whether you've seen it or not. You know, obviously clientele, this, that takes time, but I want to give you your flowers and say I'm inspired, you know, to be here and to have you on a platform to share your information. Like, would you say you came from like a rich family, poor family, medium class? Were you starving growing up? Like, what made you hungry?
So I definitely came from like middle class, like regular, you know, like I seen someone else say this, I forget who, but it's not like we weren't poor because like we had a roof over our head, we had food, we had clothes, but we just didn't have no extra money.
Gotcha.
Where I come from, but I'm not gonna lie, the way I look at it, for me, I come from a place where I like to call it the gutter, live from the gutter.
It's not luxury.
There's nothing luxury about it, but I did have a bougie guardian that,
Gotcha.
She was the one in the family that just liked things a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
Target type of person.
That put that
Walmart.
taste. Yeah. No, it's facts. It's facts. But I think we all have it. So when you see somebody walking down the street, they're not just putting together themselves by themselves. There's some type of influence there. That's how I was growing up with my mom. 6 aunts, they was all fresh to death. Latest handbags, latest fashion.
Right.
So that inspired me to
Now, I didn't see nothing like that when I was a kid.
Gotcha.
I didn't see no luxury, nothing. I didn't see a luxury brand until I got up out of my hometown, which is Victorville, California.
Gotcha.
You know,
familiar.
and let me say really quick, I'm so thankful for you to have me on here. Thank you for having me on here because I've been dying to tell my story a little bit.
It's important. It's important.
This is just the introduction.
No, it's important. Years from now, it could be a month.
My story.
No, it's very important. I feel like when I watch these platforms at nighttime, I gain information. I don't watch TV. I watch it for financial literacy, advice, all of this stuff. So picture the young girl now coming up that when you was coming up, you didn't have the information to be you. So these platforms now is giving that information to the next young fly female that's trying to figure out her direction, whether she want to go to school, be a soccer mom, stay at home wife. There's more options.
Go to college, Job Corps paid me to go to school, and I
learned something new with that too because
they still paying back their school debt.
Wow, yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I don't have to go through that, thank God, but
No, that's huge. Give thanks that you had some fire in you that made you go that route because a lot of people, they just want to stay on whatever they staying on. Like everybody has a unique story. Like I got into this stuff coming from a broken home. You know, I think at like 14 when my mom told me she's not paying over 100 for Jordans when Jordans started being like 100 and change. I grew up at 14. Anybody that knows me, I've been outside. So, I feel like I got a story. So I'm like, if I got a platform, let me empower the young person coming up that, hey, it's not just you stuck to one outlet. Bought and sell clothes, sold cars.
You have that hunger. That's what being an entrepreneur is about.
Yes. And pivoting through things not working, this, that. That's why I asked you, like, before this, were you as driven or what? Because sometimes people go through, somebody might die in their family, then, oh, snap, they got to pivot to the next thing. So that's how my life has been. Like, okay, one thing don't work. I got that fire where, okay, I got to light my fire even more now to get to the next thing and get to the next level. And you meet people, everybody doesn't have that. So when Mike told me, okay, you're a female doing this, I was like, all right, she got to be having some type of fire because the average person, even a power couple, it take to do stuff, or like, some women are doing stuff, but they have their man behind them. So for you to be able to do it solo, that's very impactful and very powerful. You're actually building an asset, whether you're making a killing now or not. Think about it like an asset.
Pretty well.
Yeah, give thanks.
And we're doing really good right now. Like I just, got some apprentices at the shop, so it's
nice.
Really
and expanding your team, I see. You have Mike helping with the media, and that's all where it's at. Start reaching new people. I mean, I feel like God bless we have the internet that we're direct to people now that you can just upload this and okay, everybody sees it, you get new customers. So that's a beautiful.
It's a free platform. While it's still free, you all like if you have a small business, you have got to be marketing. If you're
100%.
not, marketing.
So do you feel the internet is making us lose jobs or create jobs? Where everybody's like 50-50. Some people are complaining. Some people's with it. Some people are complaining. What's your take on it? Especially being younger.
I think that is definitely the new wave. I think that the younger kids and generation have figured out that a 9-to-5 probably isn't conducive to a happy mindset. So they're not with the shit at all. Yeah, there's 21-year-olds who are retiring and buying their mom's houses and reaching millions off of YouTube.
Tap into these new, young, innovative ways.
In my generation, when I was coming up, I had a small business. Like, I've been doing this shit for a long time. So, I thought I was doing good. These younger kids is knocking me out the water.
Yeah, but that is, if you don't have no hate in your heart, it's inspiring. So I see somebody older than me, younger than me. I'm like, if this person's doing it, I could do it. Like, I go to the gym and I see right? If you smart, because clean heart wins in the end.
In 2024, they take more out of you than they give you.
And there's no excuse. I feel like everybody wake up to a whole bunch of excuses. When I see somebody overweight in the gym, I pray for them, and I'm like, there's no excuse. When I'm feeling lazy or I'm feeling sick, like today I had little allergies, and I'm like, I just need to get it done. Mm-hmm. If I had a regular 9-to-5 job, I couldn't call out just because of allergies. So if I'm doing this platform for myself and for my daughter to eat, to empower who I'm working with, I gotta work.
You gotta be hungry.
Yeah, you gotta be hungry. So I was like, my man hit me today and was like, yo, you working? I was like, yeah, we working, let's go. I'm taking advantage of the opportunity. So I like the fact that you're so driven. You're going to make somebody happy one day. Your husband that's out there, you're going to make them happy. So continue, And let me see. So you said you grew up in New Orleans. And where would you say you get your raw inspiration from? Creatively, your taste, where does that raw inspiration come from? Is there any one thing that has inspired you over the years to get to where you're at?
I do have a really hard upbringing, but a little background of my story is kind of adopted, kind of didn't have mother or father, was raised by my grandparents, like a lot of other Black kids, and my aunt, who I'm named after. So I just had a kind of hard upbringing because of, just not having either or parent. So it just, I don't know, it kind of just made me a real big individual. I felt like I only really had myself. I didn't even have brothers or sisters. I'm the only one in my family my age. It's really weird.
Wow.
And I also was born to a father who is a lot older. So when I like to say it like this, when I came out of everyone was in their 50s and shit. Wow. So I was just raised by older people. So a lot of my maturity is because, my parents were in their 50s, right? But I was raised by my grandparents. So I was saying words in elementary school that the other elementary school kids wasn't saying.
Wow.
I was always different, and I was always just an individual, just stay true to myself,
That's huge. See, that's huge because I feel like
either parent, it'll do that to you.
Yep, and it gives you a fire saying,
that's where the fire
coming from a single parent. Mom was a Jamaican mom that came to America in the 80s working 3 jobs. I remember the kids, you got Bobos on. The other day I seen an interview with Kevin Hart, and he was saying 90% of his success was people making fun of him and his hardship. Mm-hmm. Michael Blackson, same thing. I don't know if y'all follow him. He said he moved to Philly in the 80s as a kid, same thing. People making fun of his accent and his fashion. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to rub it in y'all face and I'm going to clown y'all. Y'all clowning me, I'm going to clown y'all. So when he's wearing this retarded stuff, he knows that y'all going to clown him already, so it's controversy.
Right.
And that's reverse mind fucking kind of, because he knows.
You got to own it.
Yeah, and
you got to accept it.
You got to have some type of tough skin. So the average person coming out their house that is going to feel offended, and stardom, success, money, and power ain't for you. Mm-hmm. So you got to be able to have that tough skin from an early age. So same thing with me. People yo, how do you're not an actor, you're not a TV host. How do you have the courage to just start this platform? I'm I've had tough skin since probably 6 or 7 years old. For me to get to where I'm coming from an era where growing up in New York, in Miami, I remember having to write down. That's the fashion code that I'm coming from.
Damn, yeah, I don't know what it's like New York. I'm real Californian.
Nah, New York is next level. So
yeah,
you
no,
see
for
people,
real.
or like when Jay-Z and them say that, yo, you can make it in New York.
Lit out there.
You can make it anywhere. I had to write down what I was wearing every month so I wouldn't repeat. Because cats would press me where I'd either have to knock these niggas out or I was going to get expelled or come fresh to
But
death.
it's like that everywhere, you know? Like, they checking your shoes. They want to know, like, so when I was a kid, all my shit was from Payless and Walmart. I didn't have nothing. Like, when I say nothing, I mean, I was raised by my aunt, but I just didn't have... But I watched my cousin have everything, like the K-Swiss, the Reeboks, like,
the new styles.
the nice shit, like, you know,
Same.
didn't have. So
I always dreamt it, manifested it, and I was just like, some way, somehow. And I think 13, 14, I was like, all right, I can't afford it. My mom can't afford it. I gotta figure it out. So I've been on a grind since like then, and that kind of made me good with money, made me financially like a little bit advanced. But I was the person that everybody was chipping in gas money because I had the first car in the clique. At a grown age now, like, you know, I'm a humble person because when people say outside, I've been outside for a very long time.
Yeah.
With my influence and just kind of taking risks to like get ahead. I feel like that's huge. Even now, you're taking a huge risk. I'm sure there's other females that probably graduated from your school that they just gonna go the regular route of being in the office and doing this. So I'm sure they probably look, if you're in contact with any of them, they probably like, damn, how the hell she catapulted to do this by herself.
Where I come from, like, if anybody really know Victorville, like, and me living in Los Angeles and downtown LA and being from Victorville, if you know where that's at, you'll be like, somebody told me, like, oh, you made it out.
Facts.
I'm the only, and I don't know nobody else who has. I don't know many people who do.
I got some family out there, and they come out here like...
They go there to stay there.
Yep.
You know, like, it just wasn't for me at all.
But give thanks that you had something in you to be like, hey, I'm gonna go, because...
Yeah, I mean, like, definitely. Like, it just was never in me to live in Victorville. Like, it was just too dry, too boring. And, like, I for sure made it out because a lot of people I went to high school with, like, it's just, like, drugs. There's nothing to do out there. So a lot of people, like...
They get bored.
They did heroin. They're doing crack. Like, they're doing hard-ass drugs because it's the middle of nowhere, you know? But I came from, like, my mother who raised me, my aunt, I call her my mother. She was, like, 9 to 5, she worked for Bank of the West and retired. And so she, like, had a really strict schedule. I was on a very strict schedule.
But that probably made you disciplined and on point.
I had the best of both worlds, though, because when my dad finally got out of jail and I started living with my dad when I was 11, he's the opposite of my mom. He's like, he smokes weed. He's been smoking weed since he was 12. So he just blow a tree all day long. He's really the kind of man that he is, you know, and he's in his late, like, 50s at this time. So it was just, I just had the best of both worlds. Like, but my father, he's an entrepreneur. He is a landscaper handyman. He has been and has always been. And my grandfather and him had a few small businesses, but they've always had the landscaping business.
That's
kind
dope.
of like a family business.
That's dope. And see, that's where you get
That's where I get it. I see my mom
then,
retire, and I see my mom get up every day and go to work at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I see my dad not have it sometimes, but then have it sometimes, but still have the freedom to do whatever the fuck he wanted to do.
No, that's huge. So you put that into everything that you're doing. So somebody
when I
walking
started
through the door.
5, I'm like, this can't be it. This can't be the money this can't be paying the bills. Like, I went to school and I'm making more than minimum wage, but it's not enough to live in Los Angeles.
So what did you, what made you pivot? Was it the, when you got your check, you was like, okay, this ain't it. What was that not it factor? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that thing because that's what pivot is. Pivot is that, like, something that's making you take the bull by the horns. Because people see stuff, people watch stuff online, and they like, okay, they like it and they viewing, but what separates the doer and the watcher? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to pivot. So that check, I remember being there. I remember working at an engineering company, making good money, and I remember having $100 when it was all said and done. I had $100, $150, $50 left every check. Me and my girl eating Fridays, and I was like, this ain't it. I want more.
Yeah.
Started importing, exporting from China, getting into the music business, managing talent, graphic design, promoting every single thing I could.
It's so hard, yeah.
That I was like, all right, because this check is not going to get me where I'm at. I got laid off. I ended up taking on everything I was doing on the side full time. I never worked at night. That was over 10 years ago. 10 to 12. I don't really know what it is.
Yeah.
And then now you're going to learn too, like as you're working for yourself, the information I would give you as knowledge is always stay ahead and never get too comfortable. Don't focus on $1 million, $1 billion, just staying ahead. Whatever I was doing.
You said earlier too that I live by.
That's it. Like just staying ahead. Like I literally been ahead since I was like 14. Like it's nothing new. I didn't wake up and just like, okay, I'm gonna start trying to do all these creative entrepreneurship things. I've had to pivot. When one's not hitting, I'm like, oh shit, I'm depending on me. I'm not depending on a check every Friday. The second the check looking thin or whatever I'm invested into looking thin, I got to pivot to the next, on to the next. Even when we started this platform, it was like, all right, what next? I got a brand. I can't like make it aggressively grow. I can't ask anybody. I can't DM anybody, oh, you gonna buy a shirt? Right.
I don't do shit like that either. Like I'm not really.
You gotta put yourself out there. You gotta put your brand out there. You gotta put you out there. You building a team. You just hired somebody with another expertise. You just hired Mike. Right now, the multimedia, the reach of the internet is all the marketing you need.
Oh God.
You could be the biggest company. I dated a person before I was working with Amazon. You would think that Amazon's making trillions of dollars and not putting the money into marketing. We're wrong. The person I dated, they had $100 million budget yearly to make even more money.
Oh wow!
As expensive, as wealthy as you might see the company, you think they're well off. No, they put in ad money, the same ad money I told you about.
It's all about ads. Every day. Every day. If you pay attention.
To make even more money, so they don't even fall off. But that's what she said. She said, sometimes those big sales dip. And if we're not paying forward, yes. So it's the same thing. So they, even as a big company, they got to pivot forward. Okay, what's the next step? They just started retail. Everybody's like, retail's done. Retail's not done. You got to do niche businesses. So even now, you could just be doing it off the internet. You have a niche business where you're here physically, in a boutique setup, catering to people differently. People don't really want to go to the traditional dental office, with some old school dentist. You might build some clientele that might want to rock with you just because of you. Oh shit, she's fly. I'm going to feel fly leaving here. That's a whole part of the experience. So, like when I'm doing my brand, it's like a globetrotter, lifestyle, leisure. I used to travel a lot. I was a guy, the duffel bag by the door, in and out, living in 3-4 places at once. So I start catering. I start catering to those type of people. I meet those people like in the nightlife, the who's who's, and I was like, okay, this is my niche of people. There's a whole bunch of other people in the world that's like this. And if you're not on that type of time, then you don't have to buy.
You gotta know who you sell.
Yes.
You gotta know your people, right?
Male, female, that's on that fly shit. So people would text me, I'm in the airport. I just seen somebody with the brand on, and how do you know this person? They getting off a private jet, they doing this. Okay, well, that's the reach of my resources and who I'm connecting with. So I was telling her earlier, like, if I meet somebody that they doing something inspiring and I can see the vision, and I'll give you a shirt, I'll give you a product from the brand. But if you're not doing nothing inspiring, how the hell am I gonna grow? I'm gonna charge you.
Right.
That's just where it's at, hand in hand. So yes, that's how I've been growing everything I grow. I'm doing. And I actually bought you a piece, because somebody passed me that shirt real quick. I actually bought you a gift. Hopefully it fits. It's like right up your alley. Mike showed me your profile and stuff. So it's like a cool little like crop top fly hoodie. So kind of like what you have on, but with a hoodie.
I love the bottle though. The bottle is really nice.
Yes.
I'm loving that.
The thermos.
And with hoodie, let's see.
Yeah, it's like a little sporty, day-to-day vibe. That's what it is. It's like a little luxury leisure when you want to go. You pop on your hoodie. There's changey weather here in LA and stuff.
Oh yeah, I like it.
Thank you.
I'm definitely gonna support this for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So we working, and like I said, it's all about empowering. us helping each other, LVYC, you see what it is.
Period.
And I'm loving it. I'm loving the vibe here, and I'm looking forward to doing my whitening. Today my allergies is just a little funky, but we're gonna do a rain check, and I'm definitely gonna help you do some promotions. And anybody that I know, I deal with like a lot of talent, a lot of creative people that everybody's into this stuff. So I'm definitely gonna send some people your way. I'm the person that when people come to LA, they want to go around, they want to know what's fly, they want to know some cool trendy stuff, so I'm definitely going to keep
Once we get you white and get you right, you're out there just doing the work for us. My work honestly speaks for itself. I don't even have to market. That's why I hear you, but I don't have to market the shit coming through the door.
No, that's
you know
huge,
what I mean?
that's huge.
But I want to get it flowing like I need it to be. So
100%, that's huge. The power of networking is everything. Yeah. And the quality of people that you're reaching to, because you're dictating your own reality. Who you connecting with is priceless.
I wouldn't be here without networking, honestly. Huge, where I'm at and what I'm doing. I started in a place, and had I not gave what I knew, which was the beginning steps of career, which was taking impressions and molds as a dental assistant. You know how to take impressions and molds. So I, landed my foot in the door and ended up in London on a contract doing grills for 3 months. We had just a 3-month contract doing a pop-up shop, and I was doing grills out there, and there was a young man who was really, really ambitious and hungry and thirsty. He came up to the shop and he wanted to work there because he heard they was doing grills. That was the only reason why he wanted to work there, and he was just a young Black man, and I was I love your hunger. I said, sir, I don't know everything, but I'm gonna teach you what I do know. I don't have no problem with teaching you what I do know, And he ate it up, just taking impressions and molds and shit. So that man, he came back to me a couple years later and said, hey, Sunnie, I got a PDF for you on how you can make grills yourself. Because I had been in the game for 2 years working with other businesses, but the jewelry game is probably a lot of other games.
It's tricky.
They're not going to tell you. The people I was working for, they did not want to tell me anything. They were not
trying to gatekeep.
Everyone's gatekeeping, really, really bad, but I'm just not on that shit. I believe your success is my success. Take this shit and do whatever you want to do with it. I don't give a fuck, because I'm not in competition with nobody but myself. And I know that. So
people fear your growth, people fear you as competition. It's sad, and probably too, you as a female, it's something different.
But it came back to me off of networking, off of good intentions and good vibes. That's what I preach. I preach originality. I preach individualism, and I preach you can manifest luxury.
1,000.
That's what I do.
Especially if you're waking up every day commanding it. So even this level is only going to grow, because a lot of people don't even get this far to have a space to actually day to day, this is what I'm doing. I see a lot of people trying to do things, and it's people
I don't even see it though.
Putting part-time effort, but then they want a full-time check.
I'm living it, but I don't see what other people see. I'm just working really hard, but I do sit
probably because of your passion
and live in gratitude, where I'm I notice where I'm living what I prayed for, right? So I just try to live in real gratitude. I'm actually living for the shit that I prayed for. So
your level of passion, I feel that's how you know you're truly into what you're doing, because the second that passion stops, if you were thinking about the process every second, that shit hinders you. That's what's creating people's mental health. All this stuff you see. I remember I moved to LA. They was man, protect your mental health and all of this stuff. And I didn't really understand it until I started going through it. I'm okay, I gotta be careful with the vibes around me, or influence. If you have a homegirl that is not seeing what you're doing, and then day to day, energy, she's blocking. It's
draining.
Yes, just like how somebody's saying, Sunnie, that's not it. Mm-hmm. That shit transfers through your brain, and the next day you waking up, the shit that you're trying to do might not be it, just because of what that person said. Mm-hmm. So I'm very cautious of that.
Who you have around?
Yeah,
you gotta be.
That's huge for things to thrive and for things that you touch to work. Where even the people that's coming through the door, you want to make sure they good too, and whatever as you're touching them and blessing them with your gift, they going into the universe, and that's what's bringing back the people.
But you said, you gotta know your niche. I know my people. My people, it just happened accidentally, not on purpose. But most of my clients are influencers, models, They're on Puma ads and Nike
doing cool and
ads.
fly
They
stuff.
are like,
That's
yeah,
huge.
they're all
That's
really
huge.
fly creatives. Everyone's a creative just like me.
Like doing real time stuff every
at my
day.
level, putting my energy out, I somehow attracted people who are like, oh, she looks cool. I would get a grill from her. She looks like someone who could be my friend, you know?
Well, that's what I seen when Mike showed me an image. And now, if you were in like some doctor scrubs, this, that,
I don't want to be that.
it
That's
wouldn't
why
be so appealing. So just like how you said, people are reaching out to you because that's what they see. So like, what people don't realize is once you are an entrepreneur, you into what you're into full time, you gotta walk it, live it, breathe it. Even if I didn't know you,
this is my
I would think you're into like fashion, some type of design, something like that, just based off of your taste. And that's just me. That's like the New York and me being able to like read somebody. There's an article with Dame Dash and Jay-Z. And mind you, this guy found like 3 billionaires already. And they said when they were introduced to each other, Dame Dash said just off how Jay-Z from head to toe, how his shoes were tied, the shoes he was wearing, clothes, swag, he knew if he was a cornball or not, or if he wanted to deal with him. Now, that analysis could not be right, you know, in his opinion, but is it valid to say that Jay-Z being one of the richest people in the world, his analysis for him looking him up and down was on point? Because if he was a cornball, he would have wasted his time and would have been no business, and he wouldn't have rocked with him.
Right.
So you gotta have that killer instinct. So basically, what I'm saying is he's his walking brand, you're your walking brand without even knowing it. So Mike showed me your image, I was like, all right, you got a little pop star thing going on. And that's huge because the people that want to mess with you, they're probably inspired, not from a lust standpoint, but just it's fly, yes. And I'm sure you're intrigued to see like what they're doing. So same thing with me when I build the clothes. I'm into branding. I have a vision of like what I see and what I hope. But then when people end up doing the clothes, that shit blows my mind. That's like my drug. So people take drugs. I never got into hard drugs.
You need to go to London. You been to London?
Yeah, I've been there. I got some friends there by like Heathrow that own a club. Some of my people. I started another brand with, shout out to Merch, y'all taking over London, that have we have a, shout out to Merch, shout out to King Kong, two of my like close friends that I started doing everything with that got like in legal trouble, but they end up pivoting into London and now taking over London. They got, one of them has a brand called Fat Daddy Soul Food. He was like a Rick Ross before Rick Ross in Miami, like outside early, had legal trouble. They got like a sauce. They do pop-ups with pretty much took his South flavor there to London because they lack it. All the food is whack, you know that. And
I mean, you gotta search.
Niche, yes, niche. And then my other partner.
I was eating all Jamaican shit when I was out there.
There's a lot of Jamaican spots. It's a huge Jamaican influence there. And my other partner, they do a club thing called Sip, and it's like a painting and like wine thing that they do, and they own a club. So they got like a little movement, and it's so small there that I've met like probably 3-4 people here on a random that know them, that's been to the clubs. So LA, Miami, New York, even Dubai is very small. So I've been connecting with these places through like my brand ambassadors, and that's how I've been growing what I'm doing. I pretty much have met somebody like me in all these different places. I'm like, all right, y'all popping, you got an influence. You want to work and grow what I'm doing, and that's how I've been leveraging what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's been hard to me. I'll tell you that.
It's hard.
Yeah. But there is a lot more.
Well, you're not going to meet specifically you, but when I say you, I mean like
community, the Black Jewish community.
I mean another inspired, trendy, fashionable person like yourself. That's how you really grow. Like everybody's hating on Diddy right now, but like Diddy has a knack for talent to see things in people. I have it too. I can see something in somebody more than they can see in themselves. So as you build in, as you get older, you get more wisdom, you're gonna find those people, and those people are gonna retract to you. Because me, I'm closed off to anybody that's not on no type of creative time.
I feel that. I like creative. But shout out to Diddy real quick, Puff Daddy. He has 2 diamonds. And a lot of people don't think that men have 2 diamonds, but Drake, Diddy,
I've seen it. I'm seeing it.
A$AP Rocky, they all have two diamonds.
I'm seeing it. I think Lil Uzi Vert had one, or like Sauce Walker.
He had a diamond on his forehead. I don't know about two diamonds.
Yeah, I think Sauce Walker had one, and they're getting like expensive ones too. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, this shit is a whole nother trend, and if you got it like that, why not? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what the future, that's what the new swag is compared to 10,
Especially
20 years ago.
diamonds.
Yes.
Like all the like artists, like we have a brand ambassador and she just got off tour and we did a really cool design.
It's an artistic way to like express yourself, no different from, your taste, your shoes, your fashion. Yes. Even like, I remember growing up, the most gangster person used to do a mouthful of golds. Now they want to do pearly whites.
Yeah, but you can do pearly whites and still have a grill. Grills are cool. It's a piece of jewelry. You're going to wear it when you go out. We can do grills on top of veneers,
So how's that work? Does it hold up the same, or how's that work?
It's just a little bit thicker. So imagine like when you have, if you have veneers done right, they're supposed to be thin.
I see what you're saying. So the more expensive they are, the more quality, it should be fine.
When we have those veneers, it's like glass. It's so thin.
That's what I heard.
That's some good shit, okay?
Especially the expensive ones, the porcelain.
Those white shit that looks like a toilet, that's not good veneers. Those shit that look thick, that shit. So now we gotta put
That's what I'm scared of.
Now we gotta put a grill on top of that.
The ones that look like chiclets and all that.
I'll put a grill on top of that. But now you got thickness on top of just thickness, but depending on what we doing. Like if you get a diamond grill on top of them type of veneers, that's because diamond grills have to be a little bit thicker to be set.
Yeah.
That's a lot of thickness.
That is so funny. I see it and I feel like it's not for everybody. If you
just some straight slivers on top of like veneers done right, it looks great. Like you can definitely have it. Anyone can have a grill.
Yeah, I think
replace teeth.
When I'm
put your tooth in your grill.
No, facts. I like the partials and like the diamonds. I feel like that's more my swag, me being grown. Remember I was younger, I was into the gold part, but I like the diamonds and the flair because if you have a nice smile, you talk, people could see it, and they're like, oh shit, they're fascinated. So I like it for that. I always like the exclusive things. So I would, if I ever have the time or the extra cash, I'm gonna design some like cool fly shit. If I'm opening my mouth, I want it to be unique. So I can shit on anybody that's like,
and I tell people like
into that world.
The tube gems, right, or even a grill, but the tube gems is more like it's semi-permanent. You're gonna live with it. Like I like to call it like a piercing. And it's just gonna make you like your smile even more. Like if you thought you liked your face and you thought you liked your smile before,
exactly. It's a little flair that you're paying for. No, facts.
They come back and they're like, oh, I'm back to normal, and like those are the best compliments I get. It's like just someone like needing to live with my work. I love it. I love seeing my work.
When I see certain people with it, if you know how to swag it right, like I feel like a female could be pretty or beautiful, and if they swagging it right, it's like even more lustful and more beautiful.
Yeah.
You know how to express yourself the right way, you put yourself together, so that I love it for. It's very it's new and innovative,
Absolutely.
Things get old otherwise. But I'm loving it, and I appreciate all these gems that you're dropping. I think you're onto something great. And I don't want you to stop for nothing, and don't let nobody get in your way, and keep raising the bar. And this is what this platform is about. And I love how you express your pivoting tactics to the world, because trust me, you got some young fans out there wishing that, hey, I'm looking up to her and what she's doing, or trying to figure out their own career path. So I appreciate it, and thank you for having you today on LVYC Life Pivot. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Stay tuned.